Out. Of course, everybody understands what that means. Welcome to the show, everyone. I am excited about networking with everyone today. I got two mics, two MIKEs on the show today. I like when that kind of stuff happens. My first guest is Mike Disrude, and he is the owner of Pavers and More. Mike, you have been on my show several times, and you are specialized in pavers, and not everybody does. Not everybody is exactly like you, and you wanted to come on the show and you get the word out about what makes you different, and you also want to talk about your website. So go ahead.
Yes, we definitely do pavers, and we do some fake grass also. Been doing complete landscape design since 1989, but since 2014 we're specializing in only pavers. We're licensed, bonded, and insured. And we have a wonderful website that has tons of pictures, and I've got it all broke out on there to different colors, styles, and everything. So if you go to my website, you can see what they actually look like. Because one thing you'll find out with the catalogs that you'll see, and I do show them also, is they're on glossy paper and they're not a true visualization of what it's going to look like.
Okay, but yours are.
Well, they're actually pictures of my work, and they're not done with a fancy camera and photoshopped to death and on glossy paper. So they look like what the papers look like.
Well, you know what I love about your website? I love looking at the different designs that you can do, the different colors that they come in. They're different. You want to explain to them a little bit about what they are?
Oh, yes. We have many, many different options. You know, as far as the concrete pavers, they're going to go in your basic four colors, usually browns, golden browns, reddish tinted ones, and the big thing nowadays is the slate pavers for the modern look. A lot of new houses are
It's got to be beautiful.
Yeah, people redoing a lot of the houses downtown are doing that and stuff. That's kind of the standard there. And then when you get into travertine, there's probably 30, 40, 50 different travertines, and then you can go to artistic pavers, multiple colors and styles and surfaces on that too. So it's all just a matter of what you're looking for, what kind of a color you have on your house, and what your landscape looks like. It's all about design, and it's all about making sure that it fits with what you have, and it's timeless.
It's also all about the grading.
Yes.
And we want to talk a little bit about that, because a lot of people don't realize that if they're not put in correctly, that's a big problem.
Oh, most definitely. I go all the time. I just did yesterday again. Went to a house and someone had tried to do it themselves, and it looked okay, but it was running all the water up against their house. And if you run water up to someone's house, it's just inviting the termites. So it's so critical to get all your grades correct. The yards are graded when the house is built correctly. So it's doable to get it all water out of your yard the way it should be.
He specializes in pavers. His phone number is 602-550-0005. He's licensed, bonded, and insured. He does free estimates. And when you come, what you're all about is you are all about service and making sure that your clients get the best quality for an affordable price.
Yes, ma'am. Most definitely. It's all about the service, because everybody's out there trying to put pavers down, and you can find people that'll promise you the moon, but you might never see your pavers or your money again. So it's all about doing things right, taking care of people, and being legitimate, so the customer has a peace of mind when they hire someone.
And you could go up on his website to see the examples of his work, which I've seen it. It's really beautiful. I love the way they beautify your home, whether it's your front or your backyard, because you can do your driveway, and it's pretty amazing what you can do. The website is Pavers with an S and all spelled out, and more LLC.com. You can also see them on Facebook. You're on all social media as well. The only thing that you have a requirement is that it has to be 650 square foot minimum.
Yes, that is a minimum.
And then you're valley-wide except for Maricopa. Now, I want to ask how it works. How does somebody go about, getting that bidding done with you? How do you work with that?
Well, the majority of them are people call me either off of finding me online, because I'm all over online, and also people fill out the form for a free estimate all the time on the website. Then I contact them, and we set up a time that's convenient for you, and it is convenient for you. I'll come on a Sunday if I need to, if you're working 6 days a week, whatever it takes.
And that's what he's all about, is making sure that he services you. Check him out on the website. You can also fill out the paperwork there to get a free estimate. It's Pavers and more LLC.com. You can also call him direct. He loves to talk to people, and he specializes in this. 602-550-0005. So in terms of what you're doing, we want to talk a little bit about pavers, and we want to talk about, some people don't realize that they think about that their feet are going to be too hot and all, all of that. Let's talk a little bit about them.
Yes, that's always a question I'm asked, because there's always people out telling people stories about their pavers cooler or not, and it just isn't true. Everything is really similar in temperature. When it's 110 degrees out, everything is hot. I'm just honest.
If it's 110, you're not going outside anyway. Come on.
Yes. I've actually checked the temperature with a heat gun, an infrared gun, and checked at 110 degree day, and I've had pavers and travertine and flagstone and everything out there, and everything's varying within 7 degrees of each other, all hovering around 140 degrees when it's 110 on the concrete.
Well, a lot of people are staying in their homes now. We're staycationing right now too, and being in our homes, make them beautiful.
Yes.
Update them in a very affordable way. People are getting money back from the government right now. Tax season is upon us. Use your money wisely and put the money into your home. That number is 602-550-0005. He's licensed, bonded, and insured. It's all about the grading. He does free consultations with everybody, free estimates. So you can either go up on the website and see all his work there, and you can actually fill out the paperwork there to get a free estimate. It's Pavers and more LLC.com.
Yes, please do. Reach out to me, and I'll be more than happy to come with you. I've got over 30 years experience designing landscaping, so I can give you ideas all day long. I don't tell you what you need, but I'm so happy to help you with ideas and color choices and whatnot. And I like to do what you want to do, not what I think you should have.
You know what else I've heard you say too, is that it's all about them picking out the pavers for themselves, but making sure that they see the pavers. So it's not just about looking at it in a catalog and picking it. You actually go a little bit further than that.
Well, most definitely. I ask everybody to please go, and depending on where you live, there will be a display somewhere near you. You need to see at least a 5 foot by 5 foot area of these things, because they're all multicolor. So someone to show you one paver, you'll have no idea what it'll look like when it's on the ground. So I ask everyone to please go look. And when it comes to travertine, I meet people at the place where I buy the travertine and let you look at the pellets themselves, not the samples. With travertine, it's a natural stone, and you might look at a sample that's 8 years old. I had that happen once a long time ago, so I know better.
Again, that's Pavers and more LLC.com. You can see his work there. You can also fill out the little paperwork there to get your free estimate. You can call him. He'll do a free consultation with you. He specializes in pavers. What makes him different too is that he is licensed, bonded, and insured. He's the real thing. So the number to call him is 602-550-0005. The only requirement that he does have is a 650 square foot minimum. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, I want to talk a little bit further about some of the different things that you could do for them. Check him out on his website. It's Pavers and more LLC. Go to his Facebook, Instagram, all the social media. He's there as well. Or call him direct. Right now, go beautify your homes. It's going to be a great weekend. You're going to be outside looking at your dull, ugly backyards and front yards. Make them look really pretty. Just go ahead and give him a call. 602-550-0005. Pavers and more LLC.com.
I like watching him. He's doing his thing.
So we're going to keep on going here. I know. And so,
Maybe I'm already getting calls. Someone called. Let's see what
let's see what it is. Let's do that right here. I hopefully.
Oh, that's your thing there. I talked to you. Did you get another call? 16. I have no idea. They didn't leave a message, so you never know. Like I said, I got people. It's weird. People used to, if they didn't do something in a month, I won't even go see anybody. Used to do that. When wasn't ready to do something in a month because you'd never hear from them.
Never
But now I'm
know
getting
about
people
people.
from like a year ago
No,
now.
no, that's typical now. It is pretty typical for people to call back later on. Not because what people do, Mike, what I find is that they will write something down and they put that phone number on their, on their refrigerator, and they go, "I got to do that. I got to do that," and they keep on going back to it because people are procrastinators. Anyone will tell you that has been on my show for a long time that people do things when they're ready, and I know that everybody wants it, boom, boom, boom. They want it right now. They want it. They want it. They want it. But everybody will tell you it takes time.
Well, I've been advertising for 30 years, so I know if it's going to work or not.
Well,
it isn't taking time. Again, you got to know, what the numbers are for doing advertising, how much money you should make off of what you put in, right?
Well, but you can't come on, so you can't just expect it to happen right away.
Well,
It doesn't
that's why I
happen
went for
like
2
that.
months.
Yeah, I understand.
So I'm not against it. I'm just saying
I'm talking about what people.
I do everything for many, many months, and I come and go. And I've done dozens and dozens of print advertisings and had them and dropped them, had them and dropped them.
With what I was going to tell you that Doc, not one has been on for 10 years.
Yeah.
And we talk about it sometimes with Doc, but with Ted Watkins from he's the
guy don't answer his phone. When I tried to call him to do business with him, and I get a call back 3-4 days later.
When was that?
Years ago. I heard him on here, and I was like, I need to do something with this I need this service. I called, and all I got was an answering thing, and I left a message. I called once and just hung up because if you don't answer the phone, I'm going to hang up anyways because you're not in business if you don't answer your phone.
Oh.
So then I called again. I finally left him a message. It was like 4 days later or something. I finally get a return.
Oh,
so I was like, well, I guess he's too busy.
Well,
but everybody's busy, So I don't understand that.
Well, he was on my show for a long time, and what we would say is sometimes, what was the longest time someone listened to you by the time they called? He'd say 5 years. It's crazy what people
I'm
do.
talking about time.
Here we go.
I'm talking about
it's totally different.
No, but bids. I'm saying about when I do bids. I've get people from a year ago.
Oh. Where is Michael? So welcome back, everyone. We're talking with Mike Dishrud, and he is the owner of Pavers and more. And we've been talking a little bit about at the break. Sometimes people put things on their refrigerator and they put it on I'll get to that. You know what's really cool about Mike is that you can call him. He'll do a free estimate for you right now, and he would love for you to call him and talk to him about what he can do to help you beautify your landscaping, your backyards, your front yards as well. And the number to call direct is 602-550-0005. He's licensed, bonded, and insured, and specializes in pavers. The grading, he says it's all about that. And he works valley-wide except for Maricopa. And we want you to just give him a call, 602-550-0005. I want to talk a little bit about pools, because you mentioned that as well.
Yes, we do a lot of work on pools. We do existing pools and redo the deck because all those coatings eventually will chip up, and if you put them back down, they'll chip up again. So this is a one-time solution. It's there forever. We do artistic pavers, travertine pavers, concrete pavers, everything around the pool. So a good way to save some money too on the cost of a pool is if you're going to have a pool built, you do not have to use the pool builder to do your decking and your coping. It can be done for a better price, probably by someone like myself or another licensed contractor, because they're going to be subbing it out anyways. And another really important thing I wanted to bring up that I was thinking of, when we do the work, we cover everything. A lot of people ask me, what about a sleeve or this or that? Anywhere where there's going to be piping underneath your pavers will always be a bigger pipe to slide things in and out of there. So if you ever have a problem, you never have to tear it up. That is so important. All those kind of things are always thought of. If you're going to put pots on your patio, you can't just put a pot on the patio. You'll have big stains all over it when it waters. We actually use a system to run water into it to where it drains underground. So your pots will stay beautiful, your patio will stay beautiful, and it'll be maintenance free.
And it'll look beautiful.
Yes.
That number to call them direct is 602-550-0005. Pavers and more, LLC.com. Go up on his website and check it out. He's got some beautiful work that he's done there. I've seen it. I love the work that you do. We have a lot of people that own many homes here, right? And so when we work with a home, okay, how long does it take to do? Does it matter? It just depends. Each one's different.
It just depends on what's involved. As far as laying the pavers down, I mean, we've put in 5,000 foot in a day on a project where all the grading's done and the base is all in and it's ready to go. The time consuming is setting the base, setting the grades, doing the grading, and then all the cutting and concreting all the edges in. That's where your time's at. To actually put the pavers down, once it's prepped, goes fairly quick.
Again, that number to call him is 602-550-0005. He's licensed, bonded, and insured, and he specializes in pavers. He's different than from the other people out there. You're the real deal.
Yes, I find I run into so many people that have gotten lots of bids, and the people are just all over the place trying to sell them crazy stuff, trying to sell them sealers and all this kind of stuff that really doesn't work here. I will only do things the way I would do it at my house. I do not upcharge. I don't need to overcharge. I've been busy since 1989, so I don't need work so bad that I have to tell people stories to get it.
You mentioned sealer. You don't need sealer on it.
You can seal, but talk to me about it. I wouldn't pay someone a lot of money to do it because it just doesn't last very long. It works, but you have to do it a lot to keep it down.
Especially in the heat.
Yes, it's the UV here is very hard on everything. Nothing's tested in Arizona for UV.
So for the pavers, number one, what you say is in right now? The slate?
Well, it depends on where you're at. All the places I see in downtown, that's the big thing. They're getting the old farmhouses downtown and they're redoing them and rebuilding them all up. They're all white, black trim. It's called modern. That's kind of a popular thing, but I'm seeing it other places too. The majority of the tracks are always going to have a brown, cream, or a tan color. So
well, we're here in the desert. You have to.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the Bay State.
Yes, it is. So that those will probably go more towards the browns. And once in a while, we do the ones the Tierra Norte like that has a reddish and pink tints to it, and that goes with some landscapes also. It's really about the project, and that's where I excel above most. I've actually done many, many, many millions of dollars of landscaping, so I can look at your project. And I also end up giving people lots of advice on watering and all kinds of other things that's going on in their yard. Not that I'm going to get involved in it, but I like to help people.
Again, that number to call him is 602-550-0005. He's licensed, bonded, and insured right there. That's what makes him different. He is also all about servicing you, making sure that you do get the best price that he could give you at, as well as making sure that he takes care of you top notch. He says it is all about the grading. He does free consultations with people. He does free estimates. He's valley-wide except for Maricopa. He asks is that it's a 600 square foot minimum. Check out his beautiful work. It's absolutely stunning. I've seen a lot of it, and it's absolutely stunning. It's Pavers and More, LLC.com. What should we talk about before you go?
Well, I was also going to mention you'll never have me send you a salesman to come talk to you. I will always be there. I know what's going on. I've got more experience than most in this, and you'll find the salesmen that are trying to sell pavers or pools or anything else. Usually you're selling that one week, selling phones another.
Talk about the driveways. Let's talk about
the
how
driveways,
pretty. Those
yes.
are pretty too. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, the driveways. I've done a lot of driveways like up in Paradise Valley and stuff where they got a lot of tar or whatever and stones on them and that. We take it all out and we put it in the paver driveway, and it's a one-time deal. It's done. You're never going to, I don't care if you put tar, I don't care what you put on there, you're going to always be maintaining it. The pavers do not require maintenance. They're about 8,000 PSI product. Your house is built on 2,500 to 3,500 foot or PSI concrete probably, so they're 2 to 3 times stronger than your house.
And so they don't require any maintenance
No.
whatsoever. Just wash it down, boom, it's done.
Yeah, just spray it off, clean it off if you need to.
Super simple.
But yeah, we don't actually, there's really nothing else you have to do. If you want to seal them, I'll talk to you about that and tell you what to do and how to do it cheaply. And you can do it yourself, and it's a quick thing to do. So
That's only if you want. Again,
Yes.
you could call him direct. He's been doing this since when?
I've been doing landscaping since 1989, but I've been doing nothing but pavers since 2014.
And he specializes in it. Licensed, bonded, and insured. His phone number to call, 602-550-0005. It's absolutely gorgeous today, and it's not going to get anything but more gorgeous for the next, few months anyway,
Yep.
right? And we all are staying in our homes. We're staying there, and we want to be outside. What a great way. It is so affordable to be able to beautify your homes, your backyards, your pools. You could do your pools and your driveways as well.
Oh,
What's your
definitely.
final words for today?
Well, you're going to be staying at home a lot for a lot longer probably, so you might as well get your yard beautiful, then you don't have to travel. Stay home vacations.
And just enjoy.
Yep.
And on top of everything, they don't require any maintenance, which is awesome.
That's
They don't
amazing.
crack. They don't do anything like that. Not really.
Never crack. They do not crack. That's the big problem with concretes, coatings, and everything else. It all will crack because all concrete cracks.
You're going to absolutely love his website, to go up there and check them out, because he has the most beautiful pictures. I can't even believe that they're pavers. And you can check them out on paversandmorellc.com. What do you want to say?
I just want to say thank you for having me here again, and it's always a pleasure.
To get a number to call him again, 602-550-0005. He says it's all about the grading. He comes in and he does free estimates for everyone. You could go up on the website, you can look at all his beautiful work, and you can actually fill out the paperwork there for a free estimate. He's valley-wide except for Maricopa. He does pools, he does driveways, he makes your house looks beautiful for an incredibly affordable price. Again, specializes in pavers, and the only thing that he asks is it's a 650 square foot minimum. His number again, 602-550-0005. What do you want to say to everybody as we leave?
Just thanks again for letting me be here, and I just want to remind you too, 650 square foot might sound like a lot, but everybody does a garbage can pad with a road up to their driveway to pull their cans. By the time you do that, a patio, maybe some extensions on the side of your drive, you're there. So it really isn't that many square foot.
Really, honestly, I tell you something, if it doesn't crack, right, which I would love that I could look outside and not see the cracking from the concrete. That just looks terrible. Also, your driveways to make them look gorgeous. It just makes your house look like $1 million, and it doesn't cost that much money to do. Again, he specializes in pavers, licensed, bonded, and insured. The phone number to call direct, 602-550-0005. Check him out on his website. It's a great website with beautiful pictures of all his stunning work that he's done all over the valley for everybody. It is Pavers and More LLC.com. He's valley-wide. He does free estimates. Call him now, 602-550-0005.
Thank you.